So we are here. We are here with 35 participants, and I hope there are 8 to join. Few more. So we'll just wait for 2 more minutes. Yeah, good evening once again. I'm happy to introduce a very special person who is amongst us today. So he's a very simple, jovial, friendly doctor. So whenever you visit him, your panic really goes down, and he soothes so well with his words that half of the treatment is done because of his words. So he is none other than our doctor, Suraj Javgal sir, who has been here on our platform. So we welcome you, sir, on behalf of Adelaide International School. And sir has done MBBS and MD in intensive care, pediatric intensive care, and hope you'll all be knowing if you have visited Chilipili Child Care Center, which is located in Katraguppe. And you also know, I suppose, in Vijayanagar, there's a hospital called as Kangaroo Care Women and Children Hospital. I can see the background. It's so visible behind, sir. Okay. So happy to have you here, sir. And I think most of the parents are very happy that the lockdown is going to be lifted. Okay, from Monday, you can really move around, and many are eagerly waiting to resume back to your work and have a holiday or do a lot of other activities also. But there's a big question in each and every parent's mind that whether my child is really safe to take outside, or even though the parents are vaccinated, is it safe to come back home and then interact with the child? Be with the child, because you people will be moving around, or you may be a carrier of infection. So you have a lot of doubts and confusions. So to clear it out, today we have a wonderful person, Dr. Suraj sir here. So sir is going to brief you out with his thorough experience, because he has seen many cases of children getting infected during the second wave, especially. First wave, I think most of the kids were safe, but during the second wave, few children were infected with very mild symptoms, and they were asymptomatic also. But now there's a fear that there's going to be a one more third wave, which majorly affects the kids. Okay, so for this, I think sir will start the answer for this, and then over to all the parents now. Whoever wants to question, you can just post your question in the chat box, and sir will be able to answer for it.
Good afternoon, everybody. Just to continue with whatever the principal ma'am is telling, as a parent or as a social responsibility person, basic questions are like how parents can have the preparedness. These are the basic questions which we have, whether it is COVID-19 is a risk for the kids or it's not risk for the kids, or what are the checklists as a parent or a children they need to be prepared for this. So these are the basic questions which we have. Like it can be symptom forms, or it can be emergency what we need to do, or remedies what we need to take care. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Very good afternoon, Sumant and Shweta. It's very nice. I think it's a pleasure. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. I think welcome all the parents and students who were there. I think anyway you introduced being a pediatrician. Always we speak prevention rather than treatment. That is our part. Curative part will take care. I think Sumant and Principal Shweta has been explained everything. It's a wonderful setup. I'm very loud to attend actually offline, but unfortunately I'm attending online to Shantiniketana institutions. I think very wonderful time. Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I think majority of you know about COVID on and off everything, 19 first wave, second wave, even in fact, you are anticipating third wave. I think being a parent, father, or a mother, or a responsible citizen, don't think too much about tomorrow. Think about today. What's going on? First wave, yes, we were ill prepared. Second wave, partially prepared. I think by third wave, we, you, and government will be prepared fully. So first part, I will assure you that you need not to worry much. COVID first wave and second wave, majority of the countries in children's incidences are almost same. Maybe you take US and other countries, it is almost 12 to 15%, but in India, it is only 3%. So in second wave also, we have seen many children, most of them are asymptomatic. I say very few have admitted to hospital due to various reasons, need not to be straight COVID only. They have secondary complications, multiple problems, then only they'll be admitted. Otherwise, we have given only paracetamol, I think. That is, majority of you for fever. It is like any other viral disease. So my suggestion is need not to be panic, first part. Second, third wave, we are anticipated. There are so many reasons. First, I'll tell you, this disease is very new to all of us. Forget about you. For all of us, medical fraternity is also very new. Worldwide, we have same information, very less information, but I think we are well control of it. That is why you need not worry much. Once again, I will repeat this. And this is like any other viral disease. You take any viral diseases, the symptoms will almost same, and maybe even here risk comparatively less, even though symptoms and probably majority of the children or majority of the population is involved. Risk factors, even though it is more, hospitalization is very less. You are seeing in lakhs of people, that's why hospitalization more. If you take any disease, any viral disease, any bacterial disease, if 100 people get disease, 10 will definitely have a complication, but not in COVID. 85 to 90% of them will not have any symptoms, even in adult. Forget about child. Child, we say up to 95% will asymptomatic or mild symptom. Hospitalization in adult is 15%, whereas in child is less than 5%. Less than 5%. In that high risk is in adult cities, we say almost 5% or 8%, but in pediatrics, it's very less, maybe 1 or less than 1%. High risk in the sense they need a very aggressive ICU treatment. That is why my second suggestion is also need not to be panic. We are prepared, we have medicines, you will have hospitals, you will have doctor. That is why need not to worry. And as COVID per se, do's and don'ts, as Sumant and Shweta has asked. So one is, as you know, a child during a rainy season, you are taking care, and schools, majority of the schools are online. So that is why your child is in a very safe mode. So what we expect other than this is, for a child, you have to take care naturally, nutrition, diet, activity, exercise at home, and as I said, food, sleep, those is routine. You need not to worry much. You need not have anything extra here. I honestly tell you, there is nothing like immune booster. That's a good quality of life or lifestyle practice is very important. People do give some vitamins and all those things. Don't worry about all those things. You take all standard precautions. Child, normal diet, normal activity, normal schooling, normal learning, normal involvement. Next is when to go out or how to go out of the house. That is a standard precaution for all of you, all of us. Especially for a child, we say better avoid going out as much as possible until unless really needed. Avoid going to functions, avoid going unnecessarily until unless they're required. If required, you can go. Less than 5 years, we ask you not to wear mask too much. If they are comfortable, fine. Otherwise, better avoid less than 5 years. They will be sophisticated. More than 5 years, yes, better to put a mask as much as possible. More than 10 years, it is like any other adult. So, hand sanitization, hand washing, they should do where and whenever required. And it should not be a disease. You should tell them not to do unnecessarily. It should be done whenever required only. When you handle something or when you touch something outside, that doesn't mean that don't tell the child, don't touch this, don't sit here and all those things. They don't even take food also if you do like that. So you should have caution, not over cautious. You should be cautious. You should be protective. You should not be overprotective for anything, not for this matter. As lockdown is getting open, that is routine. We have to leave. I think everything should be open. Don't worry about that. If you go out, we all of us last 1 year going out, we are going and staying with our own kids and family members, senior citizen. You take standard precaution. Whenever you're going out, use mask. Whenever required only, you should go. Avoid going to places where gathering is there. Avoid going to place where you take out the mask and eat. For example, if you are eating, you better to go isolated and eat yourself rather than sitting in a public place, even in your office, wherever. Better avoid. That is the best idea, and that is a place where majority of time you'll have problem while eating and sitting in a small room or in AC room for longer time. Few people in a small room, it is not advisable. Better to sit in a well ventilated room. You can sit in AC room. Better to keep the mask on all the time. If you want to remove the mask, you should be alone. Otherwise, better don't remove the mask. As long as completely we say you can avoid mask, till that time you should follow this. Hand washing, sanitization, you are doing fine, wonderful. And clothing and all those things, I don't think we'll have that much problem. Once you come back home, wherever you go, once you come back home, straight away you can go to the bathroom, you can take out the cloth, you can wash, and you can start moving with your child. Sometimes if it is not possible, need not to worry. Just take out your mask and keep it in the car or bike, wherever it is, hand wash properly, face wash, and you come and stay with a child or family members, maybe little far. We say 10 meters, it is not possible, at least 6 feet. Better avoid, or if you have a mask at home, you can use mask, separate mask. Don't use the same mask what you have used outside. Till you take bath, till you're completely fresh, you can use the mask. Then you can take all the standard precaution and you can meet your family members. We always suggest you to sleep in a well ventilated room as much as possible, less people. If rooms are less, better to sleep in the hall wherever possible. That is the best idea. And I think traveling and all those things, until unless it is mandatory, you better avoid public traveling, public vehicles transport. You can go individually or you can make use of whatever the best way of transport is there. Avoid as much as possible all public places and gathering functions and all those things. But it is not 100%. You have to individualize, especially places like death and somewhere sick patient is there. We see majority of time you will forget in emotions or when you are anger, anxiety. That is the place you should be very careful. We see people forget when some death places or somewhere they are very emotional or they are with some people or functions. That place you should be careful. You think they are negative. No, it is always easy when places all positive people is there. We'll always go with a caution. Like doctors, we always go to the hospital with all cautions. We are very safe. You people will neglect whenever you go to a place. You think everybody is negative. We have not met anybody. We are our own people, our relatives. No, that is the place you should be very, very careful. I'll tell you. If we have a suspicion, you will always be safe. If you don't have a suspicion, it is very dangerous. I think need not to worry. You do whatever you want to do with standard precaution. You go, you can come back to your house. Always, as we say, for you or your child, lifestyle, food, and exercise. These three. We say it is sleep, exercise, and eating. These three should be proper. Then I think your 75% problem is solved, you and for your child. COVID per se, I think you know how it transmits, and although still it is questionable. So don't think too much. Earlier we say you can't go to the room for the next 3 days. No, not like that. If you wash the room within 3 hours, you can enter. If anybody is there, COVID patient or anybody is there, you can just wash. You can just open the windows and you can stay there after 3 hours. You need not to worry much. And wherever I said, by chance, if you went in a public place, always try to keep the mask proper. Whatever the mask, ideally we say N95 or surgical mask, you can use all the masks. If you are using a cloth mask, better use one surgical mask and one cloth mask. Cloth mask above that surgical mask, you can remove the surgical mask and you can throw it out. It is probably not expensive when compared to N95. So this is standard precaution. Next, I think as symptoms and when to consult a doctor. I think in pediatric department, we are very lucky. Majority of the parents, I see 95% or even 100% of them, whenever child has small problem, he will visit to us. That is very wonderful. So always, we'll also say, when you come early, we don't have any work. With my practice in second wave, I hardly given other than paracetamol, mostly less than 5% of children. I have seen as many as 800, 850 children. I have admitted only few and there was no issues. 2, 3 have been shifted to various reasons, not due to primary COVID. So they've also come out of the ICUs. I say 100% was the result in the second wave with my patients. When I expect the same thing everywhere, that is why, because it is all, when compared to adult, you have come early and you have taken care everything. Care is diet, sleep, and standard precaution. Medicine is whenever they have fever, just a paracetamol. We say always you can give paracetamol when you have a temperature of more than 100. Never give a paracetamol until unless temperature is not there. You check properly, if 100-degree Fahrenheit is there, then only you give paracetamol. That's the safest drug, even I can tell over the counter you can use. No other medicine. Don't try to do anything with a child. You don't do any experiment. We also don't do, you also don't do it. I think next part is you have to take vaccine as much as possible. Other than pregnant women, all of you please take vaccine. Whichever the vaccine, it is fine. Whether you take Covishield, Covaxin, or Sputnik, fine. Don't worry. Only Covaxin, we have problem is some countries are not accepted. It is little difficult to travel. Otherwise, you take all 3 vaccine, whatever available to you. At least 1 dose you take, but better to take both the doses. If you are already infected with COVID, we expect at least 10 weeks to 12 weeks or even 8 to 12 weeks. After that, you take the dose. There are so many theories. Don't think negative theories. Go with positive things. You just see medical fraternity. We are all taken first itself vaccinations. Majority of them, I think 95% of them have no issues. Second waves, hardly there is the infection. Those who have not taken or those who have multiple issues had problem. Otherwise, very, very rare. That is why my suggestion is vaccine must take, whichever the vaccine. And adults, parents, grandparents, whoever they're at home, please don't neglect. You are suffered, you are suffering, or you are not get. Like a child, you should meet your consultant. You should meet your doctor. You should take care one person. If you have some symptoms, you will never have a problem. I think whatever the small problem, anything like flu, for example, COVID or corona, always symptoms are like any other viral disease, high fever or low grade fever, cold, cough, myalgia, sneezing, headache, red eyes. These are all common symptoms in all the viral fever. So that is why this is a common symptom even in corona also. So when you have these symptoms, you're suspicious, nothing emergency. You can try to feed the child. Whenever you get time, you consult your doctor, you follow. Till that time, give paracetamol. There is no restriction for the food. There is no restriction for child activity, and need not to put mask for a child when child is having symptom. If he's adult, yes, you please put mask. You stay away from the child till you get comfortable. Other than that, to medicine, I said, for a child vaccination, as of now, we don't have any COVID vaccinations. There are some trials. Unfortunately, it will take some more time. So that's why we expect all adults should take vaccine. If 50% to 60% of the people vaccinated means we are all safe. Maybe your child is also very safe. So vaccination part need not to worry. There is one newspaper or on TV, they have to take flu vaccine. It is not related to COVID. Flu vaccine is for flu. It is there from so many years. Swine flu or flu, 65 to 70% of the children will be covered with this. So this vaccine will be given just to take care of flu. It is every year you have to take this vaccine. Because why we recommend flu vaccine is both flu and corona symptoms are both are same: cough, cold, sneeze, body ache, headache, red eyes. That is why sometimes it will mimics or sometimes both come together. So as much as possible, whatever available to avoid, you avoid. So take flu vaccine if you feel like that. So probably you can prevent uh, flu 65 to 70%, not 100%. So that is why don't think if you are not put flu, if something is coming in TV, don't worry. If possible, you can put it. So flu vaccine is only for the sake of flu, not for corona. Corona is standard prevention. There is no medicine. Even after corona also, until unless complication is there, we never interfere. So no investigation is required. Don't try to get X-rays, GT, blood test, all those things. Nothing. Please don't do it. Don't expose your child or yourself also. And it is, as you know, this disease is 14 days. First 5 days, they will be asymptomatic. Window period will be there. From 5 days to 14 days, they'll have high fever, sick. They will get sick and all those things. That is why we will evaluate during that time. So, but you need not to get it done. Why, if I do CT, X-ray today, child, no, not like that. It is every day, every hour is important. Whenever required, whatever required, we'll do it. So, need not to get any investigation. I think need not to worry. Next part is unnecessarily you are reading about it, unnecessarily you are discussing this COVID and related issues, especially with children. I am seeing lot of adolescent is between 9 to 18 years having a lot of stress. One thing is social media, another is they don't have exercise, and the third one is they're at home with parents and family members. So don't discuss too much, don't tell too much on that. You always tell them what is to be done, what is not to done. If you do it, probably they'll be more comfortable. And whenever, wherever require, you can discuss with us. You can attend webinars like this. You can always talk to the experts. Never talk to everyone. Don't get confused. And unnecessarily, you will have a problem. You better always convinced. In this case, there is no two answers, convince or confuse. Only when you are in Sumant's college, you can do that. Convince or confuse. Here, we have to convince. So that is why don't worry about all those things. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. I think I could not cover everything. Sumant, if anything is there.
They have a question. If anybody has they're taken a vaccine, how many days they have to take that to be done? Like vaccination, how many days they should take? Basically, that's the question. In case they got corona, basically you generally say 12 weeks or 3 months, whatever.
Yeah, we say around 8 to 12 weeks. 8 to 12 weeks, better avoid the vaccine. That's a lot of confusion, lot of things going on. Earlier we say 8 weeks, now we are telling 12 weeks. I think if you are asymptomatic, you can take after 8 to 10 weeks. If you are symptomatic, admitted in the hospital, taken steroid, taken some medicines, better after 12 weeks only. There is recommendation is if you have already suffered with corona, 1 dose is okay, but better take 2 doses because it is too premature. And don't think booster and all those things we are not taken. So that is why don't worry. We are almost 5th month now. We are very safe, majority of our medical fraternity. So that's why once again, I recommend you to take the vaccine wherever, whenever possible. That doesn't mean that you have to jump and unnecessarily go in a queue where a lot of infection is there. Don't do that. Go slowly whenever you get a time, whenever your chance is there. When less people is there, please go there. And following vaccine, people do get some fever, myalgia. That's very common. All vaccines will have problem like small fever. When you have taken your child with us day one after birth for vaccination, so without seeing anything like that, you please go to the vaccination center without having any doubt. And that is why I said in a child, we are very lucky because we have given so many vaccine. Child already, there are two types, one B lymphocyte, T lymphocyte. Those are all active. They protect against the infection. Those are all the immunity, whatever you say. They take care of all the disease. They're already stimulated because we every day give vaccines. Almost every year we give vaccine. So they are already ready to fight in a child. That is why your majority of children are asymptomatic and they will not have problem. And compared to you, adult and me, you and me, it is. So they're already taken so many vaccines. They're ready for the fight to whatever the organism comes. So that is why your children are definitely very safe. I think my suggestion is if you take care of yourself, your child is very safe. Don't worry at all.
Sir, one more question by Shivansh. Should the child be tested after primary contact, or should we till wait the symptoms arises to the child?
Better is once it is better to test for your safe because child will be asymptomatic and will unnoticed. If by chance a child is asymptomatic and infected, there is one entity in children's called MISD, that is multi-inflammatory systemic disorder. This is very common. You see, of course, we have this kind of symptoms in other disease also. This is a very common problem. Your child was asymptomatic, was gone, had corona and not recognized, but after 1 month, child will have high fever, some body ache, red eyes, red lip, and rashes all over the skin, something like that. And fever is not responding even third day, fourth day. Child looks very toxic. This is called multi-inflammatory syndrome, systemic disorder. In the sense, it will involve all the system head to toe majority of the time. And for that also treatment is there, need not worry. That is also very, very less. We hardly see this time, I think maybe 100 children's maximum we have seen. That is not too much because we see in any disease. So for that sake and for your child isolation, when you have other child family members and child will go and expose to other kids, that is why better to do a test and isolate at home, not individually along with yourself.
One more parent has asked, I was asymptomatic, corona affected, and my child run around with me, like child will be with parent. Still, they should avoid the child. They go for test. Child has to go for test if I'm right.
Yeah, child has to go for test. Better it is for whoever is there in the house. Better to go for the test. If test has come positive, it is we are one step ahead. If any symptom, we can straight away jump for the medicine. Otherwise, you can wait. So better to get test any number of times. I think maybe government will have a rule for everything. We have to test it or we have to vaccinate. So that is, don't worry. If you're testing any number of time, rarely there is a false positivity. False negativity is yes. False positivity is very, very rare. That's why you can get it checked.
So
and don't go and sorry, someone. They don't go and check unless people are checking with some proteins, antibodies, antigen. Don't do that. That has no meaning. Oh, my child has or myself has taken vaccine and I'm going to test how fit I am. Don't do that. That is of no use. There are some theories there you can use. A protein should be this much, and that's all meaningless. Please don't get any test for you or your child to know your immunity level. That's meaningless.
So general other vaccinations will be there. No? So the periodical vaccinations or periodical
yes.
things. Should they do it now or should I stop it like this particular process?
Yeah, we always say when some live vaccines is there, we will only avoid. But rabies vaccine, some regular vaccine can be done even though if you are positive and recovered 4 weeks back or 6 weeks back, and you have taken vaccine and you have another vaccine you can take. That's not an issue. Only live vaccine we will avoid. That we will decide. Don't worry. Until unless it is not a mandatory, we have time, you can wait to come out of the house. If it is time is almost 2 months, 3 months beyond, then better to take. Otherwise, you will get infected with that disease. You may avoid COVID, but you will end up in typhoid or chicken pox, something like that.
So since now rainy season is coming, so a Manasvi parent is asking if their child gets a cold or cough, how exactly they need to react. Should they go for test or just do the whatever basic syrup and these things?
No need not to go for a test, because all viral diseases are like that only. When one in the family is having a cold, cough, due to some reason, you can, even though it is positive, by chance you are infected, I don't think it is not need not to jump day one. You can give paracetamol is the best medicine. You can give normal diet, plenty of fluid, paracetamol will do. In spite of that, if you have problem, you can meet your consultant. Don't get test until unless your doctor should say. Because sometimes what will happen is, even up to 3 months, you can report can come positive. You are infected 1 month back, up to 3 months, dead virus will be there, it will come positive. Then you don't know when was your disease. Maybe because today I have a cold, maybe I'm positive today. That's why don't get it done.
So as you said, sir, the periodical vaccination. Suppose if the child has been just recovered from corona, so the child can get the other vaccinations done.
We expect at least any disease, any viral disease, not need not to be corona, at least 4 to 6 weeks better to avoid if you have no, not rabies vaccine. Rabies vaccine, you have to get it done on that day. Otherwise, rest of the vaccine can be postponed for 6 weeks if they are suffered from corona or any viral disease, in fact.
Thanks.
Any other questions, parents?
From
That's what
children's
basic
point of
question.
view, no,
They
I
have-
just have one question from children point of view. Most of my kids are very eager to come back to school, sir. They're eagerly waiting when probably the school may start. When are kids
This
going to
is-
get vaccinated, and when are they going to meet teachers? See, most of the teachers are adults and they get vaccinated. But suppose if the pandemic is under control, can we start the school, or like can we call in small batches and can we conduct the school?
Honestly, this is a difficult question. Today, as I saw the paper, you have seen only 2 doses of vaccine is completed, only 5% in India. That means we have given only 22 crores people has been total doses as given. We have to give 180 to 200 crores of vaccination. We are very, very far even after 5 months. So that is why still questionable, because thing is more than disease, we are panicking. If one child get unnecessarily, it is that is why as much as possible, I think children are used to it now for online classes, and your teachers are doing a wonderful job, I think. And unfortunately, I think I'll tell all the parents, anyway, your child was on online classes, you better avoid mobile TV and all those things. They are already exposed for 5 hours, 3 hours. That is enough. For that, what best way is Saturday, Sunday, when you are at home, you give a holiday to your TV, your mobile, and you enjoy with your child. You give a holiday on that. Only take calls, not even WhatsApp. That is, we always suggest for adult also. If you do that, probably that is more than enough. Your child will be very comfortable. I think entering the school will take overall decision. Maybe let everything should open, then we'll have a conclusion. I think it is difficult. I understand for both parents and teacher, it is very, very difficult. But we don't have a choice. Children are adjusted now, getting adjusted, and parents also has to adjust. We don't have a choice. Don't worry. That is 1 year. You'll have no issues. If your child is not doing well, nothing. That is not a failure. Failure is our life. By chance, health is you are fit enough, you can do anything. Don't worry. You always put positive things to your child. But one more suggestion is, you have to think positively in your family inside. We are getting a lot of depression issues. So please take care of your older children. You see what is their problem, because they are not accessing their friends or teachers and relatives. They can't control their emotions, so many issues. So parents should be open mind. You should talk to them. You better take your child to their teacher. individually, you can communicate to them. Then you can come to counselor if the teacher suggests. I'm getting a lot of children, especially 10 years, 11 years, 12 years, especially female children. Please take care, talk to them, communicate to them. It is very, very temporary issue. If any issues, we'll also there, but we will interfere lastly. Before you go to your teacher, you go with your child and talk to them, then solve your problem. You please try to pick up early. You don't wait, or your child is sitting alone, child is not communicating, getting bored. No, please immediately you talk to the child, you talk to the teacher, you do whatever you want.
Okay. There's one more question from Divyanshu sir. If third wave occurs, will the virus be virulent as second wave?
Divyanshu, as I said, we are anticipating third wave only because two reasons. One is we are unable to vaccinate. We were expected we'll vaccinate all the adults by the time, only children will be left out. That is why it will attack children. As with our experience, all pediatricians experience, majority of children are exposed, maybe 20-25%. I don't know exact data. Already exposed, they are positive, tested positive, so asymptomatic. There is possibility of third wave in children's, may not be that much. We are not anticipating. We are ready for that, but we are not anticipating. So that's why my suggestion is, don't think, we'll take care if anything is there. Third wave, virulent mutation will be there. Don't anticipate too much. All viruses will get mutated, but fortunately, once they get mutated, those viruses are not very virulent, because swine flu in 8, 11, and 12, it is very, very virulent. Later, it is very normal virus. We have routine. That's why don't worry about that. And lucky part is, for third wave, majority of us are prepared. And earlier first wave, we were not prepared. We are not seeing the patients. Now, all of us, and including you also, know what is what. That is why I tell your children, don't worry about third wave. If it is by chance we get exposed, we'll take care whatever the precaution. From your side, you can't do anything other than standard precautions. Don't think too much negative.
So
So
kids
in
who
case-
were exposed during second wave, are there any chances they get exposed again in third wave?
Yes, both child and adults, they can get even after 3 months. They say up to 180 days that they'll be safe, but we have seen so many doctors or staff, they have exposed and they got admitted. And but uh, probably that severity is very less. That is why maybe you say very, very less severity when compared to primary exposure. So secondary exposure, or second time if they get disease, severity is, until unless their lung is damaged, organs are damaged, then they will have a problem. Otherwise, unlikely. So I think that won't be an issue.
There's one more question from Asta sir. They're staying right now in Zurich and their parents also. This question is more about vaccination. Can adults staying abroad take both the doses of mRNA vaccine, like Moderna, and then after 6 months or a year, can they go for vector-based vaccines? mRNA vaccines works only for 6 months after taking both doses. Okay, they know that.
As of now, this booster dose recommendation has not come to us, especially in India also. So anything, if it is there 6 months, when you are taking next vaccine, I think they can take vector-based vaccine, Covishield or Sputnik, whatever it is. That is not an issue. But as of now, there is no studies or when to give second dose, nothing. We don't know whether it is after 6 months we have to give for this, after 8 months for this, 12 months for this. We don't have. Definitely they can take for the second dose. They can change.
Okay. So we have one more parent of Tanvi GK who will raise their hands. So you can please unmute yourself and ask the question. Tanvi GK and Monit M. Gowda both have raised their hands, sir. So you can unmute, sir. Jagdish, sir.
I've done it now.
The first parent is asking, is COVID recurable, or also when we can expect vaccine for a child?
Vaccine trials are going on. There is one in Mysore, and but we don't know, especially child. We can't like an adult. We can't give like an adult. We definitely need some time. Even after third trial, also it is. I don't think we'll get vaccine in next 4-5 months. Maybe doubt in this year. Maximum we'll expect December or November.
So in other countries, we have something called the 6th wave, 9th wave, everything, sir. So we can expect in our country also, if I'm right. Or
Mutation is going on. Mutation is going on. The wave, probably we are getting different mutation. That itself is a wave. So it is anticipated. But what we are expecting is probably virulency will come down. It may come down. That is what, because you see any other country that is same. It has not worsened. Maybe first wave, second wave. US also. Of course, they started vaccination in older adolescent. There also it is same virulency and fatality. Everything is same. I don't think it is not worsened. At least it should come down.
so we can take one or two questions last and
No
we-
issues. No issue.
Excuse, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, Monique parent is speaking.
Yeah.
I actually asymptomatic corona affected one, and it's almost a month ago. So I asked previously the question. My kid has a run around me, but luckily he is very healthy. So no symptoms, not even cold. So I need not to go test for him, right?
No, not required to do that.
And one more thing, and my physician has suggested to take the zinc COVID tablet for 1 month. And in one article, I read that overtaking of zinc may lead to black fungus disease. Whether it is true, sir?
No, it is zinc is a medium for some funguses, for a growth medium, but taking zinc COVID will not directly helpful. It is one medium, that's all. I don't think that is not acceptable. And zinc can be taken, don't worry about it.
Okay,
Even
sir.
otherwise also we recommend zinc routinely for the loose motion when zinc deficiency is there for longer time. In a child only, we'll give for 2 weeks to 3 weeks for loose motion only, zinc based drugs. So don't worry about that. For a child, we don't expect you to give any vitamins and all those things because not required if they take proper diet.
Okay. Okay, sir. Fine. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
last question, please. Anybody is there? We can just type it.
Okay, there's a parent who's asking information about black fungus, sir. So how does it occur and what's the treatment for that?
Yeah, there are very few studies in children's, very few cases reported. We honestly don't know. There are coming even in newborn also, they are reported. Maybe it is vertical transmission. We don't know it is. Majority of the time it is, there are so many causes. One is child or adult, their immunity is very less. So we say some long-term diseases, or they are having on long-term drugs. When they're exposed to COVID, they will have high severity, long days of oxygenation, and medications like steroid and all those things. It is routine. Any medicine, antibiotic or steroid, if you give, there are one and the other fungal infection will be there. But here, because of probably involving all the organs, so mucormycosis, black fungus or white fungus is very common, and it involves eyes and upper part of the body. One theory is that because of oxygenation, long-term oxygenation, and dried oxygen, so many theories. But so far, we are not come to any conclusion exactly why we are getting. One is immunosuppression. Any disease, immunosuppression, fungal infections are very common. Treatment is same. So there are fungal antifungals. We have amphotericin. So many drugs are there, but as of now, we are using 1 or 2 drugs. Child, I think there are 3-4 children reported in Karnataka, and they have come out very well. But adults still going on. Adults, as I said, there are so many issues, like they are diabetic, they have some neoplasia cancers, they are on treatment, and they are already on immunomodulators. Definitely possibility is more in adults. Children is very less. It is a fungal infection, basically. What we do is we will do the debridement, take out the fungal wherever exposed, and we'll treat with antifungal for longer time. Not like this, maybe for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. even sometimes 12 weeks also. That is routine medicine, and later they can get for reconstructive surgery if it is really bad debridement is done. So there is treatment is definitely there. Majority of time in COVID or black fungus, death is due to various reasons. They are diabetic, uncontrolled diabetic, long-term diseases. So please don't go with the number. You go with the statistics. So I think it will come out shortly which disease are probably more risk for this, not just a straightforward corona. Don't worry about that.
So I think so we can conclude the
Kind of.
session.
Yeah.
So on behalf of Adley International Peace School and Shantiniketan sir, thank you for your special time, because I know you have a very hectic schedule. Always, like whenever we go and approach him, he's full of calmness. He says, I am there. I will take care. You take care of yourself. That is the magical words he tells to the parents whenever the child is being taken care of him. Whether you go to Chilipli, because as a school authority, I have called up for some critical issues where immediately for a knee-jerk reaction, sir gave a wonderful strategies. One particular child had we call it as fits in a normal thing. So immediately he said, you have to go to so-and-so hospital to get the injection done. I carried the child in my hand and I had to go there, and it was solved. So that is the magical power Dr. Suraj sir has. So he's always approachable to Chilipilli Clinic, which is in Katraguppe, near opposite to Big Bazaar. And he also runs two institutions, two hospitals, that is Kangaroo Care, which is in Vijayanagar, and one is in Mysore. So I suppose we can be rest assured that whatever the toolkits he has given to us, whatever the strategies or whatever the parenting tips I said for the crucial challenging, which is a toolkit, is ready for us. So we will be a more responsive parenting during this pandemic, I feel. So we will have a wonderful, happy, healthy, and parents make happy, healthy living. So I suppose every child's mental health is very important, as sir was telling. So let us spend a quality time, and as he said, no gadget. First thing he tells that no watching TV, no watching mobile. He tells it to the child only. So that is how sir gives a lot of things to the tips to the children and adults also. And thank you, sir. Thank you for have a wonderful time with us.
Thank you so much. I think Sumant and Shweta, it is a wonderful. I was always.
Because
I think it's nothing special in this. You have a wonderful team and you are running very well. I know you are very approachable, accessible. I've gone through many of my patients. They have told me that is what we expect any human being, whether it's a doctor or a teacher or institution. So that is why you have a good rapport. You are doing all this. I don't think I'm happy to attend this. I know I'm not giving 100%. It's not possible. We are still premature in this disease. We know only very less. Whenever we get, we'll always update. And parents also, I suggest you take care of yourself. Then you meet your doctor, whoever is there. All are our friends, all our colleagues. All doctors are good. All schools are good. All parents, all kids are good. There is nothing called bad. It is timely when we see maybe that time my child or my father or my doctor, my school. No, don't think like that. It is only temporary. If you think in general, I don't think all of us will do a wonder for this country or whichever the country. I think all the best to Sumant. You do more institutions and more programs. I hope all the best, all the wishes, both of you, and all the parents also, those who have spent time with me. It is a very pleasure to meet all of them. I think I love to talk to the parents and schools and teacher. It's a wonderful profession, the school. That is why I always enjoy two things. One is my profession, other is teaching. That's why I love to attend wherever possible. As a listener, more than speaker, I think I love to do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
you,
you so
parents.
much for sharing your time, precious time with us, and then giving a valuable information and feedback. Okay. I hope parents have got a lot of confidence to fight against the pandemic. And I wish everybody a very safe and healthy time. Okay. And thank you once again. Good evening.
Yeah,
and
thank you, Shweta.
happy weekend. Yes.
Yeah, good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Can I take leave?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.